Hi guys, I hope you all are fine. This is Fayaz. Today I want to teach you about the Kubernetes on the software of Minikube. So I have downloaded in software in my PC already. So you can go download it very from the Google and it's very easy. Just type the Minikube on the Google and download this software from the Kubernetes official website. And before download the Minikube you have to be VirtualBox in your uh, PC or laptop. So let's move on the topic of the Kubernetes. So I will cover the ports, deployments, and in environmental variables. So let's go with the ports first of all. So let's check my is there any ports is running on my system or not. So here is the command of to check the ports in system. So I believe it's there is no ports is running in my system. So there is no ports is running on my system. So let's create a port. How to create a port? Kubectl and then run and the name of your port. Let's suppose my web and the image name. Image is like uh, it can be any. It would be a maybe a MySQL server or HTTPD server. For me, I am just taking for the example is my HTTPD. So let's create it. So my port have been created. So let's check it's created or not. So let's kubectl and get ports. So my web is running. So right now it's running in local system. So how to check it? The IPs of this port. So kubectl describe and my ports. So my ports is you can see the events is also here. So you can just check the all the things scheduling unknown, assign successfully the name minikube, then it's pulling the HTTPD image from the internet and then created my container and then start it. So this is a little bit information about it. So we will go further in detail uh, one by one. So you can check it here. It's a IP of container. It's 16 172.17.0.4. So it's local right now. So let's expose this my web server over the internet. So how to expose your uh, port over the internet? So there is a command for that. Expose and then port, then my web, your name of your port, and then you can see write a port equal to 80 and then minus minus type it's equal to port. So my service my web have been exposed over the internet. So how to check the how my client get the website of my this my web container or pod. So for this you have to run this command service mini service then your my web and minus minus URL. So you will get one URL from this command. So this is the minikube command and then its service and then my your name of your uh, port and then it's a URL. So the URL is come up here. So let's copy it. So I just copy it and then check it over the in my browser. It's working or not. So I just paste my URL on the web browser of Chrome. So let's check. So my web server is running. It said it's work. So the port 9900 31856. So 31856. So this is the port section and how to delete a port. This is the one and another command to delete kubectl delete and then port and the pod name is my web. So kubectl will be the command and delete the parameters of pod and then name of your uh, my web of or your pod name. So it will be deleted. So my pod have been deleted. So let's check it's available or not over there. So just two pods get. So there is no pod is available right now. So this is the pod section. So let's move on the deployment side. Deployment, why we use deployment? Deployment is you use just only for the monitoring of your pods. If any pods is goes down, so deployment will be monitor your pods. So it will be relaunch or relaunch your pod within a 1 second. If it seems if it says seems that if the deployment see any abnormality or shutdown or by shut down your pod abnormal by any environmental cause, so it will be relaunch again. So let's for that you have to create the environment first. So let's create it. Kubectl create my deployment, and my deployment name is my web. So it's image equal to httpd. So my one deployment have been created for the web. So let's check my uh, pod is come or not, coming or not. So it's running. The deployment have been completed with the name of this 12 seconds ago. So you can check it by the your deployment get to your deployment. So sorry, deployments. Deployment. So here is the deployment detail. My web 101 and up to date and available is 143 seconds ago. So I have told you about the deployment is monitoring your ports continuously. If anything, any by any chance of your port have been deleted by someone, so your your deployment will check it and relaunch automatically. So how to check it? The kubectl. Let's suppose my port have been deleted. Let's for the get the name of first your pod name. So just kubectl and accidentally my pod have been deleted. So let's check deployment works or not. So just enter it's deleted. So after this one we will check whether deployment will relaunch my webs. Oh, it's relaunch. You can check it. The previous one is the 8Q9W and here is the CJCGP. So it's a 10 second ago. So it's very effectively. And then let's how to expose your before exposing we have to go with the uh, if you want if you have a scenario that you need uh, replica of this pod. So it's very easy in Kubernetes by the help of deployment. So you can make a replica of your site or any MySQL or database. So it's because your website traffic is increasing day by day. So you need the three web server for that. So it will be load balancing, do a lot Kubernetes load balancing do automatically as well. So let's create a replica of it. So you can do it by scale, then deployment, your deployment and your deployment name, and then minus minus replica. cars equal to 3. I need 3 replica. So your web have been scaled up. So we just check it how many ports we got. So it's now 3. It's container creating 6 seconds ago. Two, one, two have been already states of running. So it's a very beauty of you can say of deployment. So this is the now let's how to expose your deployment over the internet as well. So for that you have to same command kubectl expose deployment and then your name of your deployment and then minus minus port equals to 80 then minus type equals to node port. So it's already exists it says so just get the IP from there or your URL from the minikubectl service my web. I need the URL, so let's type of the URL minus minus URL. So you will be get a URL from the minikube within to after this typing this command minikube service my web and minus minus URL. So the URL is come up here. It's and you can just go with this URL and your site will be reached. And same on same IP you can go or switch to your multiple ports because we have all created 3 ports over there. So we can scale in or scale out in deployments. So we will discuss this further in upcoming if anyone wants to be. So now let's how to delete it. So before that, I want to tell you about the one more command. So before to get all. So this is the command of to get the all the information of your all the things. So whatever the ports are running, what are the webs cluster and nodes ports, and then the deployments about the deployment about the replica, design, current, ready. So all these things will be come up on the in just one command. So this is the command I want to share with you. So let's how to delete all the one more command I want to tell you about here. If you want to clean your environment, so how to clean in your environment? So just create this type the kubectl delete all minus minus all. So this command will be deleted your all the environment of your minikube. Whatever you have in your minikube, it will be delete, or you can say it. You will be come up with the uh, fresh minikube installer. So don't run it in your production environment. If you run it, so everything will be gone. It will be in suffer. So uh, my environment has clean, so just check it if anything is running or not. There is no nothing in not. So now let's move on the environmental things. Environmental I want to tell you about what is the environmental because some images needs to be launched environments variables before that, like let's suppose we go with the if we go with the MySQL. So MySQL, before you need the root password, username, and the username password and all the things. So let's create it for the environmental variable. How to create it? If any images need the environmental variable, like WordPress is also need the environmental variables to launch their services. So here we will go with the example of MySQL. So kubectl set environmental variables and deployment then your deployment name my web let's suppose my db and then minus minus image. So let's check it's launch or not. For that I have already downloaded the so create sorry, let's it's not right now. Let's create for just checking the environment is created successfully. Let's check the my db is working on over the mysql or not. So for that you have to kubectl get sports information. So you can check if the crash loop back off. So uh, my db is not working here. So because it's because of environmental variable is not set yet. So let's set it kubectl set environmental variables. So that how you will know that this image need environmental variables. So you have to check the go with the docker hub and particular version, and then check the documentation of that image. So whoever the created the image, he will definitely sure about definitely tell about the its need environmental variables or not. So MySQL need environmental variables. So for that I have to set it environmental variable deployment mydb. So mydb has the need we check the uh, environmental variable for the MySQL. So for me, I have uh, just go on the Docker Hub website and go with this version MySQL and check the environment. What are the environmental variables required here? So I just copy from over there, and these are the environmental variables need to be uh, to launch the MySQL. So MySQL root password, and then MySQL user, and then MySQL password, and then MySQL database. So I have just get these environmental variables from the Docker Hub because of I just downloaded my all the things from the Docker Hubs. So let's hit enter. So now let's see it's working or not. So it's updated my db environmental updated. Let's see it's my ports is working or not. So my port is now working. Previously one was terminated, it's 8 seconds ago. Now it's like working. So you can scale up these thing as well so with the same command kubectl scale deployment my db. How many replicas you want? So you can see it 3 I need uh, minus sorry. So my db have been scaled up. So you can check the from the get ports. uh, so my 3 dbs are running simultaneously on my uh, uh, Kubernetes. So if you need any need to read to logs of any ports, so you can go with the command of kubectl logs of any db. You can just put the name of this one. So I just put the mydb and jsr added r. So you can see the my logs are here of my db server. These all the logs are, you can see. I just hit the enter my last command, the logs of this one. So it's very simple. So I think I touch all the practicals a little bit from the initially side. So I will be, if I think if I think that we need to more videos on Kubernetes, so I will definitely move on that one. So thank you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you any problem, if you have any queries, so feel free to ask me. and it's just for you. So I thanks